I've loved music my whole life. I remember being a little kid with my oldest brother and just sitting on the floor in the room, and he'd be playing like a guitar, and we'd be singing like Willie Nelson and Johnny Cash and Bruce Springsteen and Billy Joel, just all kinds of different kinds of music, and just having a blast. I used to have a keyboard, and I never really knew how to play, but I loved that it had different like instruments you could choose from and stuff. And I always liked the violin because my name's Victor and V and violin, and I it sounds corny, but that was true. And I liked the sound of it. And there were times that I would just do like little things, just plain sounds, and it would just make me feel good. Later on, I had a chance in college to study music. And I took piano, and it was like classical training and music theory and all kinds of information, but I could never flow. Like I could never just enjoy it. It was really always a chore. I always had this dream, this idea of like, oh, just walk up to a piano and start playing something and how nice it would be and exciting, but it never panned out that way, not really. Because I would just get frustrated. You have to do your fingers just like this, and you have to read the notes and sheet music and all of that. And really, it was more frustrating than anything else. Years later, I found myself in this crazy place. It was a conference that was called Creativity, and it was encouraging you to be creative. And they had all kinds of different rooms and locations where you could try different things, arts and crafts and stuff like that. Well, this one room had a bunch of different instruments and stuff in it, and there was nobody there. There was a piece of paper that had like a praise and worship kind of a song on it, but it had like the words to the song, and then above it had like letters. And I knew from some of my training that the letters represented chords, and I knew the names of the keys on the piano, and I knew how to build basic chords from those and everything. And so I was like, okay, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to walk up and I'm going to get that paper. I'm going to figure it out. And I started to work out the song on the piano, on the keyboard, and all of my frustrations and everything just came right back to the surface like they'd never left. Like I hit this wall. And as I was there, somebody noticed me, and they came up and they said, can I offer you maybe an idea, a different way to do what you're trying to do? And I said, okay, sure. And they showed me a different way to do chords that I had never seen before, never even heard about, never understood. And when I saw that, it was like they gave me the key to my dream of playing the piano. Like the door just busted wide open, and I could finally play really easy, like really simple, like, oh my goodness, like that song was nothing. A few days later, I actually was able to get a keyboard myself. And when I got the keyboard, I just started going and finding what they call chord music for all kinds of songs that I just always loved and enjoyed, even like from when I was a kid. And I would find the song with had the words and it had the letters above the words, and I could just figure it out. And I was like, "Oh my goodness, it was just so exciting." Well, years later I was thinking about, wouldn't it be amazing to be able to make that possible for other people, but without the music theory, without having to spend years of training and how to do every single thing and everything, how to simplify all of that. I figured it out. And I've made an online training to do exactly that. And if that's something that you would love to do or be able to do, and I'm not talking about having to perform and stuff, just for yourself. I like even just personal praise and worship time, and just that private time of just enjoying music. Or there's just so many other options. What about like just a special event? Someone I knew, they wanted to learn how to play just one song so that they could play a song and sing a song at the same time and just really enjoy it. And they were able to do that in a really short amount of time. What do I mean by that? A few weeks from not playing anything? It doesn't have to be complicated. And what's special about this is I created something, I call it the Intuitive Piano for Anyone method, because it's kind of a simplified version of playing chord music and a style of playing it, but also how do you bring intuition into that to make it possible to understand and play songs without having to understand and learn music theory and all kinds of different things about the piano and different things that can become so confusing all the time. Well, let's just get rid of all of that confusion, keep it simple, and learn how we can learn songs we want to learn and just enjoy it. If that's something you'd like to find out more about, come check it out.